Video games often have a skewed perception of morality. In Half-Life, Gordon Freeman brutally murders hundreds of soldiers with families and home lives. He is then anointed a godlike hero in Half-Life 2. In the Halo franchise, the player kills countless alien grunts, who, just like the humans, are only taking orders from some general. You see, the issue of morality doesn't stem from the story, instead, the perspective. If you look deep enough into it, you will eventually come across these things. But it's because we play as the quote-unquote good guy that these things aren't presented to us directly. These games aren't at fault at all for having a single narrative. The stories were designed to be told from a single perspective, and honestly, it wouldn't be that much fun to negotiate peace treaties with aliens. Still, it's important to create depth in a game's world in order to make characters and settings feel more alive. There are two games that immediately come to mind when I think of morality in video games: Undertale and Fallout New Vegas. Let's discuss the latter. When Fallout New Vegas starts, you have no connection to anyone. Your perspective isn't bound to any one side. You're free to go make your own decisions and join whatever faction you want. This makes morality incredibly complicated, in that every player will have a different opinion based on the choices they make. Let's say someone on their first playthrough decides to join Caesar's Legion. This will probably lead them to assume that the new California Republic is generally bad. But if they were to play the game again, and this time choose to side with the NCR, well, their opinion might change, and they might start to see the humanity in both factions. The game never explicitly tells you who's good and who's bad, because, well, life doesn't work like that. You can try to find all the things wrong with something, but for all the bad, there is some amount of good. The reason Fallout relies so heavily on morality is the fact that it's a role-playing game. If the characters and situations didn't feel real, then the player wouldn't be immersed enough to get into the game world, and thus would have a hard time role-playing. Some of the most memorable parts of my first playthrough was when I had to make difficult decisions that would impact my karma and reputation. It's because of these tense moments that I was able to develop my own opinions and my character's own opinions on the world of Fallout. I'm gonna be quite frank with you, New Vegas is a dark game. It takes place in a nuclear wasteland annihilated by nukes. Coupled with the political instability of the Mojave Desert and the fact that people die, like, all the time, it's easy to see how this game can get depressing. But what keeps the game from getting so desolate and sad that people won't want to play it anymore are the parts where good things happen. On your adventures, you'll meet lots of characters that genuinely mean well. There might be a little girl who wants you to find her teddy bear, or a gang leader who gives you his robot dog. It's Fallout's kind moments, combined with its great sense of humor, that keep it from getting too depressing for some people to enjoy. With all that being said, it's obvious why many people think of New Vegas as their favorite game of all time. It's immersive, it's funny, it's action-packed, but most of all, it's got heart. And if you're still wondering why this piece of media is held in such high regard, well, truth is, the game was rigged from the start.